Every
Sunday
for 60 minutes. We are free. Sharing passion. Pushing
Pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From the twists and turns of mighty Mount Panorama to the cold green pastures of Donington Park, from the sizzling heat of Valencia to the famous Brickyard at Indianapolis, reaching an unforgettable climax at the notorious green hell of the Nürburgring Nordschleife, it's time for Season 3 of the 2024 New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Join us live on Twitch, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Drivers, start your engines. Good day, good evening. We are here. It's round 2 of the Season 3 of 2024's GT3 Sprint Series here at New World Sim Racing. We're at Silverstone this week, and we do have some drivers heading to the chat, or heading to the track, not the chat. Sorry. I've had a lot of medication this week. We'll get into that. But first, let me introduce the team. Myself, Milo the First, obviously, joined as ever by a duo as iconic as Max and Checo, Lando and Oscar, Fernando and Lance. I don't know. I'm running out. Chris Turner and Whelp Cakes. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
No, well, he said me first. Let me back in front. No.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
We need to swap positions.
Yeah. Hello.
How you doing? How you guys doing?
Well, not too bad.
You're here.
I didn't have my wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah.
I slept all weekend because I didn't do a 24-hour race.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's not bitter. You're bitter.
I did have my...
Congratulations, by the way, to my... If nobody knows, Milo and his team won.
We did.
The all 24-hour.
Yeah, we did. Thank you. It was a...
So if your team didn't win, suck it.
I mean, sitting in this booth with kind of a big deal, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Milo, I think that is that 2 special event wins this year so far for you?
That is a 12-hour Bathurst winner and a Spa 24-hour winner. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, pretty happy about that.
Sim racing royalty. Move over, Max Verstappen.
Milo to esports win.
Listen, it's
change his name from Milo the First to Milo in First.
That's right. Yeah, I like
Milo
it.
P1.
I like
P1.
it. Turn Chris mic up a bit, says
no,
Ryan.
Please don't. Don't turn me up.
I'll see if I can. Pretty sure he's maxed out, Ryan. So
turn me up. Like I feel like if he's louder than me, then this isn't fair.
Chris is cranked as much as I can crank. So
what if I just get closer?
There you go.
I can get quieter.
I listened.
Turn on Will.
I listened to the broadcast from last week, and it sounded really good. So the levels look very similar, maybe a touch.
The levels were good. The commentators were not.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
Should we talk quali?
We're getting there. This is how we start. Well,
nobody talks about
okay.
qualifying.
Well, man. All right. Well, I'm gonna
just
go on.
Yeah, it's been an emotional week. I had my wisdom teeth out on Wednesday, and my face still hurts. I'm told the recovery is more difficult.
Your face hurts.
The older you get.
Killing me.
Yeah. But with that being said, I'm very happy that we're at Silverstone. It's obviously a track in my homeland, and a good track too. It is for racing. Typically,
It is. Real quick before we get into the track. So with you making the decision to get your wisdom teeth taken out, would you call it a wise choice?
Damn.
Yes, because they were in pretty rough condition.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been very good being here with you. Enjoy the rest of the season.
Milo is also quitting smoking, so give him a hard time to see if he pushes buttons.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, this will be the second time I've quit, but it's I'm using the wisdom teeth as an excuse to give it another shot.
Good deal. Good deal.
We do have a lap on the books, and it's a 2-minute flat, guys. It is for Gabriel Daher of Multi-Tap Racing, one of the Multi-Tap Racing boys, in the Ferrari 296. And
I think we have the top 3 currently are all multi-tap drivers.
Oh yeah, and
until Nick Mosley puts in a 158.8.
What a banger from Nick Mosley. Car 160, the Ferrari there.
That is. Let's see here. So that's about what, 4 seconds off pro pace.
I don't know what is a pro lap around here these days.
So 110.2. We've got an Audi lap of a 56.2 is what I've seen is like the fastest. So the fast boys are in 56s and 57s.
Well, Cakes, I appreciate you explaining pro laps to me.
Oh yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, coming to a go-kart track near you.
Yep.
Anyway.
We do have 33 drivers on the grid at the moment, scheduled for tonight. So we're down 5 from last week. Not that I'm keeping count or anything. I actually am. But, yeah. So 33 drivers for Silverstone. Obviously, a good,
I would imagine
good racetrack.
A lot of people, they might be the duo sim type and might have done Spa as well. And we're like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Absolutely.
Which, fair enough. Especially if you did the Saturday to Sunday session and just got done a couple hours ago.
Yeah, that's the first time I've done the Friday session, and typically it would be, I could do it, but I would be getting home from work after the start, which I guess is fine. But it was nice to be done at 3 p.m. on Saturday. I got to be honest. So Chris Moses, Precision Motor Racing in the Aston Martin with a 58.3. So 3 drivers in the 58s from our initiation split. When will their review of their badge be done, Chris? This week, most likely?
We usually do 3 weeks, so possibly next week, unless they... we'll look at their results from last week. At Bathurst, and then an optimum Silverstone will give us a good idea of what their pace is. So some people might be placed this week. Some people, if we're on the fence, we'll give them another week. Let them cook, as the kids say.
Yeah, absolutely. Battaglia up 5 tenths right now, half a second up into sector 3.
Yeah, going purple.
Yeah.
Up 6 tenths now.
Yeah, looking good. We'll have a look at the track map in a moment, and later on, if you're lucky, Welp will take us on a guided tour.
Oh,
posted a link in the Twitch for our current P1, Chris, as he calls himself, Chris Mad Moses.
Nice.
Go give him a follow. Say hi.
Ooh, Matt Paremba comes in with a 58.6 there.
Wow, it's very nice.
Love it.
As we watch Battaglia round out his lap, comes around the final corner, is going to be over 6 cents, takes provisional pole in the initiation split with a 58.2. And just enough time for one more lap or so for the red badges, and then we will get on to our silvers. Yeah, let's take a look at the track map whilst we wait there. I can show you guys on the stream. Here we go. Here's the one we made earlier. So yeah, Silverstone, obviously starting in the alternate grid position, because F1 starts on the other way round, and it always confuses me. I don't know about you guys.
It does.
Yeah, it gets me all out of sorts, but yeah, as you can see, turn 1 in this layout will be Copse Corner, very infamous corner in British motorsport, in through Maggots and
Never
Beckett's.
passed there.
Never passed there, yeah.
Never passed there.
So Christian Horner says. That's right. Turns 2, 3, 4, and 5, Maggots and Beckett's, obviously another... Really, the whole track is infamous. I'm just going to keep saying every corner is infamous, because it is pretty infamous in motorsport these days. Turn 6 through Chapel, along hanger straight to Stowe. Kind of a fast right-hander at Stowe there. Into Vale, an awkward chicane, really, that one. Through Club, then Abbey, fast right-hander, obviously, through Farm, into the arena section, along Brooklands, into Luffield, Woodcote, and then that's your lap. But yeah, so it's usually, like we've said, there's usually good racing at Silverstone to be had, so I'm kind of pumped for this week. It is very grey. Somebody pointed out in the chat there, Dylan. It's very grey and overcast. I mean, this is what I grew up with, Dylan. This is like every day.
This is Milo's childhood.
Yeah.
So Matt Paremba just punched in with a 58.242, so 200ths of a second off of the red badge pole.
Keeping it tight. Keeping it tight.
Oh, Alvarado in chat saying, do we do the big send? Yes, Nick, totally. Get in there. Do it. Absolutely do it.
Another Honda at Silverstone? Absolutely.
Yeah, Nick will be... if he does arrive and drive, it will be another Honda on the grid. I'm sure we were missing a few last week, were we not? How many we got today?
I believe so.
The way they talk about that, Colt, you'd think there were 20 Honda drivers, but there really isn't.
Yeah. Oh, Nick is in the server now. Rados is here.
Patrick Amon on your screen right now. Car 820, currently with a 59.4, up just under 4/10, going into Sector 3, looking to see if he can squeak out a couple more grid spots.
Chris Moses expanded his gap by about 100. Oh no, he took the lead. A 58.1 on his last
by
lap.
0.03 of a second. Yeah.
No best sector.
Yeah. Good lap, though. Solid all around. Eamon coming around the last corner. And
I am...
so he's going to jump probably
He will.
2.
Yep.
One spot
one
to
spot.
P7, yeah. So Eamon in P7 for now. And I think, is that it? I think that's it for the
That should be the it for the red badges.
the initiation. We do have a non-lap out there. That is Adam Harris. Did not field a lap.
He's getting it pulled over.
And ladies and gentlemen, in the background, what you saw, that guy waving around is a yellow flag. Be sure and let your congressman know that IndyCar should be using them on track during crashes. They're important.
Joey Malidi on your screen on his outlap in the I wish this was a Corvette Honda. Car
Academy
239.
boy.
Academy boy. Also raced in the top split of the Spa 24-hour yesterday. Joey is now famous.
He's a professional. He finished like P18, I think, which is not bad considering the competition.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I mean, you're talking about racing with Max Verstappen and, guys that get paid professionally to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mike, how are you? Good to see you. Luki says 7 reds are faster than me in chat.
I mean, it is the initiation split.
It is. Yeah, they haven't received their badges yet.
Quite a few of the red badge drivers are going to be probably getting white badges.
Yeah.
We may actually have to recategorize some white badge drivers. We will see.
Yeah, and there is car 420, Nicholas Alvarado, obviously multi-time Pint Series winner at New World Sim Racing.
Full-time baboon.
Full-time baboon, resident esports driver. Well, till Joey.
Yeah, move over, Nick.
Yeah, right.
You've been replaced.
Here is Miller with his beautiful Rocket League livery in the BMW. Two things. We mentioned this last week. One, love seeing Miller in a different car. He's been I'm so used to seeing him in the Audi. A bronze Audi has been his trademark for so long. And secondly, loving the Rocket League livery put together by our very own Joey. It's a beaut. What's it say? Yeah. Warning, we'll go off track for boost.
We'll go offline for boost.
I love it. I love it. I play a lot of Rocket League with Miller these days, so I totally can relate.
So we have a couple of... Yeah, we have a couple of car changes this week. One of them being Matt Mellinson, who has swapped over from the BMW to the Aston in the still not a Honda team. The front of his car is hilarious. The little face right above the grill.
Well, when you're ready, let us know and I'll bring your cam up and you can show us all that. He has keep your distance written on the back. It does look like a good livery.
I think this might be a race department special.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to bring it up?
I could be wrong. Yeah. Go ahead and take a look at it.
There we go.
He's just very, very angry little man.
I like it. It's nice colors. Well, your thoughts?
Oh, it looks really good. Apologies, I'm running some tech support.
No, you do your thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to call you out.
No. My dad wanted to watch the stream, and and he's having trouble finding the site. That's all.
Gotcha. Moffat out there in the Mustang, looking for. I think he had a bit of a rough race round one. I think, if I remember rightly. So Moffat will be looking to get stuck in tonight.
I think all the Mustangs had a rough time.
Yeah.
At Bathurst last week. Yeah,
indeed. A much smoother track tonight for them to partake in, that's for sure. It's our boy Bruce Hopkins in the number 60 McLaren. Good to see Bruce out there.
Yeah, one of the few McLarens that we've got out there. Bruce, longtime member, has been away for a while. Glad to see him back.
Yeah, the other one is on your screen now. That is Andrew Anderson, also in the McLaren. So yeah, 2 McLarens on the grid in the 94. Both silver badges, so we'll see how those boys get on.
I'm back.
Mike
Sorry
says,
about that.
Mike in chat says, Mustangs are going to have trouble here. They magically turn into dump trucks in the corners.
Ooh, get me in one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you wanted to do the track walk, if you'll pull up Chris's feed, and if Chris can give me a good front shot, I can take people through the track map if you'd like.
Let's do that.
Let's find somebody that's a little bit closer to the start of the lap.
Let's ride with Ryan Cody.
Right.
Hit it.
Fantastic. And I believe this is getting set up for cops. And then they're going to go through Maggots and Beckett's immediately, dodging some traffic over there on the left. Fast sweeping corners. Everybody probably knows this if you watch F1 or anything like that. But then you've got this nice slower part as you get ready to go through Chapel to then go down Hanger Straight, longest part of the track in terms of straight line. Going to try and get up to top speed as he gets ready to go into Stowe. Really good passing opportunity here. Lots of wide runoff area to the left. Most people run off to the left anyway because that's where the racing line is. And then getting set up for the Vale chicane. So through this left-right complex. And now he's getting ready to blast on down this small straightaway on the entry to a pretty decent quick right-hander here at Abbey. And now it's slowest part of the track right now, getting ready to go into the Loop and Village. And then this corner's name always escapes me. I believe this is Antry, getting ready to go down what is now Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. Originally the Hanger Straight, or not Hanger Straight, Wellington Straight, but now Sir Lewis Hamilton Straight. And then left-hander here into Brooklands. Another good passing opportunity. Wide track access here. Can go 2-3 wide if necessary. And then through Woodcott to finish out a lap here at the historic Silverstone circuit.
Historic indeed. Love it. Love it.
Peaceful for Ryan.
Yeah, so a good lap on board for that as well. The fastest man so far, Bruno Casaldini, was fast last week as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
In the Bentley here with a 1:58.1. So great lap from Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno might not be a silver for very much longer with the pace that he's got recently.
Yeah, I mean, look how tight it is between those top, what are we looking at? Top 7, 8 at the moment, 9, all within a second, the top 10 currently, and that's before we even add the gold badges sprinkled in. So yeah, it's,
then you've got Barrett, who's a half second down, but he was just up 0.3 on his lap, and he's only about halfway through. He's lost a bit, but I look for him to pick that back up.
Yeah, Barrett in that GTR with a lovely livery as well, the Rising Sun livery.
Matt Melton's about to cash in with an extra 0.7, move to P17.
Indeed, Melton up to P17 for now. We have, man, it's just, yeah. This is good, guys. I'm really pumped. I'm pumped for a race at Silverstone. It's been a while since we've had one, I think.
Yeah, I think, was it last time we did Silverstone, was it wet? I want to say it was.
Rings a bell.
It was either light rain or it had just rained. But yeah, like an optimum Silverstone, nice flat track, wide enough for everybody. We get some good side-by-side racing, lots of passing opportunities, a couple hard braking points. I'm excited to see what the boys can do.
Me too. I like this circuit because it is probably, I would say in ACC, it's probably my favorite power track, like power circuit, because it has, with the high speed cornering that you have in Cops and in Maggots and Beckett's, it's just, in my opinion, it's got a lot of technical capability to offer. And it's not nearly as boring of a track for me to watch as Spa. So
yeah,
Mark had a 57. He had it,
but he does cross with a 58.1 and takes a provisional pole, and obviously pole in the silver split. So a really good lap from Robertson. He was on the screen as he crossed the line, so that's good. The gold drivers are on their out lap and or white badges, as we can't make them gold in game, but yeah, the white badges out there, including Nicholas Alvarado, a late entry today. So 35 drivers now, up 2 from when we last looked. 35 drivers are going to grid up tonight, so to provide exciting racing action for everybody.
I still think this is a really good size grid for Silverstone. Very healthy, and I also really love seeing the distribution of manufacturers.
Yes.
Something that's always been, in my opinion, a really good positive hallmark for New World Sim Racing. It's never been a meta series.
We have
opinion.
we have guys that actively will discuss that and say, I'm not going in that car because there's going to be like, X amount of them.
Yeah.
So
last season was the Porsches. We had quite a few, and we had some guys that were like, I was one of them. We were gonna drive the Porsche, and it's like, man, I don't want to drive the same car as everybody else. So pick something else.
Yeah, I know some other series have tried to force the hand by having manufacturer teams, right? That's something that's been done in other series that works, but we've never really felt the need to go down that road.
We have manufacturer cults.
We do,
teams.
Yeah. We do. This is very true. Mike Jackson, I will not snipe you tonight. I received the lion's share of the blame for Mike having a spin at Bathurst last week.
As you should. So instead, you're gonna snipe his first quali lap.
Please don't.
I won't.
Don't do that to him.
I don't.
I mean, it's their first flying lap, and we're riding on board with Mike Jackson.
Thank you for the follow, Snafu, in chat there. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. All right, I just took my latest painkillers.
Fantastic. You're gonna be really ready. You're gonna be experiencing Silverstone on a level that we can't possibly.
Yeah. I to be honest, I'm managing quite well with just sort of regular Advil, so I'm not on anything special. It's just run-of-the-mill painkillers. Yeah, over the counter
extra
stuff.
strength Tylenol or something like that.
Yeah,
That'll get you done.
They gave me some that if you want something stronger, but I'm like, no, I should be good. And I will say today and yesterday, probably the most painful days so far. So we're doing all right.
Here we go. 3 Hondas
right.
at the top of the board.
We out here.
Nick Alvarado, Andrew Rados, and Zach Heish.
We got a Honda getting loose.
57s.
Man, 57.7. That's looking pretty good.
Alvarado just casually rocking up and throwing down a 57.7. Yeah, 3 Hondas and more to cross the line still.
Yeah, Nick 3/10 slower than Rados in Sector 1, so theoretically a 57.4?
Yeah. Potentially on offer, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got Carl out there, Carl Biggs out there in the number 8 Audi in the trademark matte black livery. I have a race coming up.
Unfortunately, his teammate Hutch couldn't make it today again.
Carl and I have a 6-hour 2-man race at Bathurst next week. If anyone wants to tune in.
That's going to be awesome.
I'll be on Saturday. We need a bit of a redemption run because we did a Spa one where we got caught collected in an Eau Rouge car sliding across track. So we'll be looking to get a cleaner start. So if anyone wants to check that out, please go to Mr. Blackout's stream and
Exclamation point big.
there you go.
So Joey asked me to hey, it's Wolf's dad. Joey asked me to show, I guess, the back of Rados's car.
Oh, certainly. Allow me to pop you up on the screen there. There you go.
Apparently, his Wang has a special message.
Special message.
Easy for you to
I
say.
can talk. I'm on painkillers, didn't you know? Okay.
Oh man, Rados 57.2.
Yeah, a 57.2 while on screen there. So a great lap for Ados. Honda looking strong here.
Purple in all 3 sectors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can go back to your screen.
Copy that. Let's see. Dylan Beveridge out there in the orange Mustang. And looking to improve on his lap, a 58.7 so far.
So 57.2 for Rados, and he was just up about a tenth. Are we going to see a 56?
Potentially. We got Louis Castro. He's a late addition to the grid. Comes in with a 59.5. That's only good enough for 26. I mean, think back to the early Pint series, Chris. A 59.5 is now only enough for 26 on the grid.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you were lucky if you got like sub 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you guys think that is? Do you think so? A lot of these drivers have been racing with you guys many years in the Pint.
Yeah.
But also, like, even since like the beginning, like ACC setups have gotten significantly more attention. There's definitely more of them floating around from different vendors and stuff like that. Do you think it's a combination of the two, or do you think it's purely down to time in the seat?
I think a lot of it is time in the seat. Sorry, Chris.
Well, no, go ahead.
I think a lot of it is time in the seat, and time with the same group, primarily. Sprinkle in a few new drivers each season, but I think that's got a lot to do with it. And the community as a whole has got faster together, and that includes me as I got quicker as well the longer I raced with these guys. So
that I remember a time when I actually could like keep up with you, Milo, but that time was like years ago at this point.
Yes, Welp and I had a wonderful Sector 1 battle at Bathurst once.
Side by side, and we didn't die.
Yeah, all the way up the mountain. It was glorious. Chris, what were you going to say?
I mean, I think it's a combination of it's time in the seat. You know, a lot of these guys have spent a lot of time in these specific cars. Like, you know, the Honda guys have been driving the Honda. It's also BOP, you know, we're running the LFM BOP, so some of these cars have gotten some help. It's also ACC has evolved since, you know, since a 2-minute was a good lap time.
Yeah.
The game's BOP in general and the way the cars, you know, handle and grip and things like that. Because I know they make changes whenever they do updates. But yeah, like you said, just the community, the way these guys practice together and learn from each other and share setups and just hints and stuff like that. Like watching these guys that are like, oh, here's what you can do with your dampers. I don't know what dampers are.
There's no setup sharing. Honestly, we all pay for them. Each of us, we all pay for.
No, we all make our own. Like we don't use paid setups. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
But we make our own setups and then we share them with our friends.
I currently
we would never
would never
buy liveries and trade them.
Yeah, we've got on your screen right now David Funk in the Funky Town Lamborghini. Had a really good time brewing at Bathurst. He's currently this week with a 57.9 so far. He was up a couple of tenths, but he's lost that unfortunately in Sector 3 on the straight, and he's going to have to go again, but he's going to improve his time ever so slightly. Might be enough. Not
he's
quite.
He's not going to make it to the line?
Yeah, no. He won't. It's unfortunate. So yeah, Funk currently P5. I feel like Carl will be happy getting the Audi into P4 with a 57.930.
Yeah, against the Three Musketeers and the Honda up front.
I feel like he'll be pretty happy about that. We have what a sprinkling of lap times all over the place. Joby also an arrive and drive tonight, I believe, at Silverstone, opting not to quali. So he'll be looking at...
Joby and Louis were both playing some sort of airplane game.
They were, like 5 minutes ago.
Victor and told them that it was quali time.
Yeah.
And then they all kind of filed in here like, okay.
All right, Dad.
We're here.
It's so true. Luis is going to cross the line and plow into the wall for your delights there. That was for the cameras. That was just for the cameras.
Well, he's got the teeth on the front, so he's taking a big bite out of the wall there.
Did they ever fix like the engine bug where you do that and you could blow your engine at the start of the race?
Nope, because he's done that before. He did it at Zolder.
Yes. Here is
last season or 2 seasons ago.
We have 3 drivers still on valid laps. Only one of them was up, and that is this man, Zach Keish, in the number 64 Honda. Currently sitting third on the grid. Would have to gain an awful lot of time in the last section to move from here, but I think he'll again be quite happy with 3, and it's a Honda dominance in this quali session.
Fun fact about Zach Heish, loves to be the first person into the race server.
Likes that grid box. Sorry,
He's gotta
that
break
pit
it in
box.
for everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. He's laying down the rubber that everybody else gets to enjoy.
We had to restart the server a couple weeks ago, and out of the 3 times that we started it, he was first in there twice.
Really?
Yeah.
So the early bird
and then today.
gets the worm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, Nick is definitely washed with the 57.397, a whopping 0.177.
Completely
off
washed
of
with a
Andrew
time
Rados.
that I could never even hope to match.
Very washed.
The other thing is he just rocks up and does that. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he probably just woke up from a nap. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's typical.
Like I'm
style,
not
yeah.
taking anything away from Rados or any of the other boys that practice a lot. You know, they're this fast for a reason. And I know Nick's put in the time previously, but he just rocks up and does that. Like,
Okay, sorry, I'm getting something from our reporter on the ground. He's asked about Nick Alvarado's tire strategy for this race. He's saying there isn't one. So
Nick will be asking people how much fuel for the race.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, no, once they grid, then he'll be asking how much fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick is, I believe, quite notoriously hard on his tires as well. Chris, would you say?
He has been known to scrub them quite a bit.
Alrighty.
that's the secret, right?
Chris,
That's how
let
you
me know
take it
when
to
you're
heat the
ready,
tires.
if you wouldn't mind. We will do this week's grid walk for round 2. Once we get the word,
We're good to go.
we are good to go. All right. So, here we go. Well, it's your favorite bet. Rados on pole position in the Honda. Another Honda alongside him, Nicholas Alvarado, as discussed. Zach Heish in there as well. Also in the Honda, with Carl Big in the Audi alongside him, lone Audi again this week. Funk in the Lambo at 5, with Mike Jackson in the Mustang at 6. Mark Robertson also in the Mustang at number 7. Bruno Castaldini in the Bentley at 8, with Chris Moses in the Aston at 9. Battaglia in the Beamer at 10. Paremba in the AMG at 11. Jose Guzman also in a Honda at 12 this week, with Daha in the Ferrari and German in the Ferrari at 13 and 14. Barrett at 15 in the Nissan GTR, with Galbinski at 16 in the Ferrari. 2 Mustangs at 17 and 18, Beveridge and Moffat respectively. Mosley at 19 in the Ferrari. Carlos Guzman in the Aston at 20. Eamon in the Ferrari at 21. Anderson in the McLaren at 22. Ryan Cody at 23 in the Nissan GTR, with Louis Castro at 24 in the Aston. Solani in the BMW at 25, with Melitti 26 in his Honda. Heslin in the GTR at 27. Lukey in the Porsche at 28. Melanson at 29 in the Aston this week. Bruce Hopkins in the McLaren at 30. Harshbarger in the Mustang at 31. Victor Lacey in the Lambo at 32. Miller at 33 in the Beamer. Santos at 34 in the Porsche. Savage in the Aston at 35. And lastly, Harris in the Ferrari at 36. And that's the grid for round 2 of the Pint. Well, it's not called the Pint anymore, is it? We don't.
It's the GT3 Spin Series.
That's right. Yeah, sorry.
We call it the Pint still. Like,
We do. Yeah. I even said the name in the intro video, and I still call it the Pint. I don't know what to tell you.
So while they're doing the formation lap, guys, for each class, like gold, silver, initiation class, right?
Yes.
yes.
Drivers to look out for.
I mean, Bruno. Keep your eyes on Bruno Castaldini in the Bentley. Very, very fast in free practice. So look for him to be up towards the front. Just giving Mark an eye full of the front of that car.
Indeed.
What about you, Milo?
Yeah, I'd say. Looking at the grid, I mean, Heish. Let's keep an eye on Heish out there today in the Honda. See what he can do up against 2 formidable Honda drivers. Moses looking good as well in the initiation split. One to watch. Also, Battaglia and Parembo. That battle of 3 red badges there. Currently 9, 10, 11 on the grid. That could be an interesting look as the race unfolds.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how hard Nick races Rados. I think he's going to push him. He's going to stick his nose in everywhere that he possibly can. And, I mean, we all know Rados. He is a BMW driver, IRL, doesn't use his turn signals, and will not let you by. He believes in his heart that he belongs at his rightful spot at the front of the grid.
Interesting.
Do we have a turn 1 cam?
We do have a turn 1 cam.
Lovely. I'm going to do a side-by-side.
I'm thinking I'd like to see a Ford on the podium. I'm kind of hoping for either
That would be
Mike Jackson or Robinson to get a Ford up there.
I would love to see that.
If Mike dies, it's Welp's fault.
Does that make me the Nico Rosberg of New World?
Well,
I have no idea.
Okay.
Potentially.
Basically,
I don't watch golf.
Like. Oh man. Anyway, in the initiation group though, Bertaglia, M4, doing quite well around Silverstone.
Yeah.
Would like to see that. Would like to see him take the fight to the Aston. See how that works out.
All right, Rados checking everyone up as they come around that last corner. The group getting together. You've got turn 1 cam on your right, and the leaders.
You can just see
on your left.
Nick brake boosting right now as his car jumps forward and then backs up. That's him trying to time it.
Yeah. We are green at Silverstone for round 2. And watch them fly through turn 1 and hope for a clean start.
Oh, we have a car sideways towards the back.
Let me take you off.
Was that Joby in that, along with David Miller and Harith in the 97?
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look and get back to you on that as you watch the good chunk of the midfield. We do have somebody off. I think it's a Ferrari off into the grass, rejoins the track safely alongside another Ferrari. I'm not sure who exactly that was. I think it may have been.
I think that's Joseph German.
I think no, it was Mosley. It was Nick Mosley who was looking good in quali. So yeah, he's got some work to do now. He's lost a few spots. Barrett is up to P14 in the Nissan GTR. GTR not looking too hot around Silverstone so far.
I don't know if you guys were still on Barrett or not, but I believe that Ferrari of Joseph German out on the marbles cuts back across the nose, and we've got Barrett falling down the order even further as they go into Maggots and Beckett's again.
These guys are kind of all over the place right now.
A little bit of contact almost there between Moffat and Barrett as well. 2 big macho engines. And
settle it down, fellas. We had such a good lap 1 last week at Bathurst.
Dylan Beveridge all over the back of Moffat. 2 Mustangs battling. They side by side on the grid, and they are side by side as they head to the end of lap 1. Thank you for the follow right at the race start there. Dominic gave us a follow.
Daher off at the exit of Brooklands.
Joey Malitti as well off.
Excuse me. That was Malitti, and Daher. I'm not sure if Daher got into the back end of him or not, but
yeah. So Joey not enjoying the Honda as much as others today so far, and he's now at the back. Still not a vet.
Joey hasn't slept in about 30 hours.
Yeah.
So we gotta cut Joey a little bit of slack.
We should, yeah, absolutely. Louis Castro and Andrew Anderson, racing it out in the mid-pack right now. And up front, Rados does hold the lead still, but it's a small one, and he is keeping pace with them as well. So it's Honda Day at Silverstone, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, the Honda used to be, from what I understand, used to be super dominant here, and then they kind of killed the car, and everybody complains about how bad the Honda here is. or is here, but apparently not in New World and not with the LFM BOP.
Indeed.
There is quite a lot of grid shuffling happening here with our leaderboard shuffling, with people breaking deep, going off track. It's kind of all over the place, if I'm honest.
Yeah, people are full send in these first couple laps. Joseph German, I think, just committed a murder. As I clicked over to, there was a battle of 3 Ferraris.
It was German Daher.
Yeah, I think he got into the back end of Daher under braking.
Ooh. And, yeah. This
Let's
is
relax a little bit, fellas.
This is spicy. This is a very spicy second lap.
Everybody take a deep breath.
Up at the front of Goldspec, Carl Big in the Audi is also keeping those Hondas in sight, just over half a second back, and then Mike Jackson looking to put some pressure on Carl. So it'd be fun to watch those two race it out. I don't want to stay with them too long, because in case I cause an incident for Mike.
Looks like Nick had a bit of a moment on the exit of Cops.
It does,
and has lost that spot to Heesh.
Heesh moving up to P2. Yeah, good spot there.
But back end got loose on corner exit. Alvarado did catch it. Managed to save it from the wall.
It's hard to figure out what to keep an eye on because there are so many people so close right now.
And it is spicy. I mean, we've got the field is like really compressed, and then you get down to P12, and that is the first like real gap in the field between P11 and P12.
Yeah, I think we had an incident with somebody around that area, and that kind of pushed everybody else back a bit.
Yeah, I just got Ryan Cody. He's in a 3-way battle with Melanson and Mosley right now. So Ryan sandwiched between those two.
Ryan let Nick go because Nick is on a recovery drive from that incident you said earlier, and is working his way through the field pretty quickly. So Ryan, recognizing where his race is at, is going to do the smart thing.
Yeah, another battle that looks like it's heating up a bit. We've got Moses, Bertaglia, and Paremba. All 3 cars separated by about 8 tenths. Bertaglia really was putting the pressure on Moses, but Paremba has since started to harass Bertaglia, and that's starting to allow the gap to open up between Bertaglia and Moses.
Yeah.
So the initiate's getting hot and heavy.
That big macho behind him.
Mark Robertson.
Luis is washed.
Yeah, Luis's arrive and drive. Literally got out of a helicopter and into his car for qualifying.
Basically, yeah. Landed his fighter jet.
Legend.
Joby Savage making a move on Harris further back in the field. This is for P31 at the moment. Joby opting not to qualify, so just out there for a race. And unfortunately had to bail out of that move. Harris will keep the spot for now, and Joby will reset and go again.
Yeah, we got Nick Mosley, Bruce Hawkins, and Mr. Harshbarger, 23, 24, 25, are now starting to collect a gaggle. We've got Ryan Cody, and I believe that is Jose Guzman, who had an incident earlier and is looking to make his way back to the field.
Same deal with like Melanson. Melanson has fallen down the order to P28. Let me actually check real quick in ACCT how many positions dropped have we seen from. No, Melanson's actually up 1.
Jose with the send on Ryan. Ryan's gonna let that go. It is a gold badge. Just let him go. Give him a little flash.
Anderson losing a couple of spots here. Everyone moving up 1, including Lukey, Solani, and Castro all made a move through there. So, yeah, right up front, Rados has opened up a 1.7 second lead now at the front of the race. So Rados settling in and getting comfortable for the next 52 minutes of action at Silverstone.
Oh. So with Rados, like really strong driver when leading from the front? Or is he one
Yeah.
of those drivers that you
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
need? He needs something to chase.
No, he'll just drive away. I was about to comment that Zach Heish had the fastest lap at a 58.1, and then Rados just put in a 57.8 race pace.
Yeah. Bonkers stuff.
So if you don't keep Rados in touch, he's just going to disappear into the sunset.
Yeah, since he's become so fast, yeah, he's right up there.
Yeah, he is ascended, as they would say.
Yeah. Paremba putting pressure on Battaglia. This battle still ongoing, as you mentioned earlier. Well, and at the moment, Moses has managed to squeak away as these two are fighting side by side.
Yep. And now down the hangar straight. So is the Macho engine got enough to go around the outside on at Stowe here? That, or he's going to try and nail him on the switchback, because normally the line is to push out wide. He's just going to stay in the draft as they head down towards the Vale chicane.
Milo, correct me if I'm wrong. These two had a bit of a battle at Bathurst as well.
I think they did, yeah.
That resulted in some contact. So they are familiar with each other after only one race in this league.
I believe you guys might have some spam in chat.
Are we spamming?
Oh, I think I
Heck
can I can take care of that. Hang on.
Oh, you gotta be quick though.
You got it? Okay.
I banned him.
Got it. He's got it.
Fair, sleeping on the job.
Man, I've noticed a lot of Twitch spam in the last little while here. Who's that? Harshbarger. We see him rejoining here at the slow section of the track. I'm not sure what happened to him at Loop there, but something happened to Harshbarger. He lost a bunch of spots and he rejoins in 32nd.
Bruno trying to go around the outside of David Funk in the final couple corners of the track. They're going to be side by side into turn one.
That Lambo holding the inside nicely.
Yeah, Bruno's still there.
And it will get spicy through Maggots and Beckett side by side, that's for sure.
Yeah. He's got.
Yeah, and Chris Moses just sniffing at the back of these two.
Yep, ready to collect the scraps if things get hairy. But
Oh, we're about to
sails
be
are up.
wide.
Wind's at his back, and Castledini's going to try and see if he can just sail off into the distance.
Yeah, Bruno's going to move over to cover off Funk, and Chris is going to try to go on the outside of both of them.
This is going to be spicy.
Chris holds
Nice and
his
clean
line.
so far. We got the BMW and the Mercedes as well.
Yet unfortunately
Got
for
to be a five-way.
unfortunately for Funk, that Lambo just losing out a little bit.
Oh, that was all down to the draft, man. It's all down to the draft.
Yep. And now he's going to be under pressure from a Beamer and a AMG as well.
So the fighting is really tight right now here in the mid-pack.
Yeah, and even go further down from 22nd Jose Guzman all the way down to 29th is...
I was just checking because Ryan Cody just got an overtake on Bruce Hopkins, and now Bruce finds himself under pressure from Kyle Heslin. So from one GTR to another.
Quick report from the front of the field, but while we were watching this battle unfold, he did lose ground to Alvarado and is falling into the clutches of Carl Big.
Indeed, yeah. Under half a second, the gap between those two and Alvarado, 3 seconds. Rados' lead extended to 3 seconds now, guys. So
Yeah, I mean,
he's off.
oh, that's Michael Lukey parked on the side of the road.
On is that
His car
Hamilton
looks
straight?
not good.
Maybe get a look
How
at that.
is-
I've got a live look at Paremba. Oh, went for a drift in the AMG, and he was on the outside of Battaglia's BMW, and it looked like he might be getting the move done. The AMG then went into a drift, and he's ended up losing out to Galbinski in the Ferrari, who's snuck in between them. So now Paremba's got even more to do.
Is Lukey okay? Anybody listen to the Twitch thing in Discord? Maybe check on him.
Yeah, that was
Well,
that
his
was
car-
on
his
that
car
was on Hamilton straight.
His car was still sitting there whenever I clicked away.
Like how could that have happened on Hamilton straight? Okay. Oh wow, he hits this bump.
Oh,
What happened there? Yikes.
Victor Lacey up to P26 in his Lambo. He's got Harris behind him in the Ferrari. So the Ferrari goes deep on the inside. It was a bit of a late send, and there is a bit of a door bang, but they'll continue on, and Victor will lose that spot.
Just an incident.
Just a little bit of grass. Okay.
Funky Town in P9 looking to attack back at the Aston Martin of Moses. The Lambo probably good through the corners, but it's on the straights. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Looking in chat, so he is okay. Just, he took the curb like he always do, and then he went to go back on track, and I guess one tire dropped off into the grass, then went back up onto the track and bounced the back end of the car, and Porsche, when the back end comes up, all your weight goes, it hopped like he said, and just rotated into a wall.
All right, this has been the battle of the early parts of this race here. Galbinski, Battaglia, Paremba, the three of them separated by not very much. And Galbinski, since he stuck his nose in there about a lap or a lap and a half ago, has not looked back and is putting pressure on Battaglia. That's allowing Paremba to get back in the fight, and this one is going to continue on, hopefully, for some time.
Yeah. Also, Mike Jackson, Papakame is less than 2/10. Oh,
yeah.
That looks like he's around him.
Yeah, he's around Carl.
He is. Mike Jackson up to P4 in the Mustang. So you love to see it.
In the Ferd. Yeah, we got some really close action going on. Bruce Hopkins here.
Yeah, Kyle Heslin's putting the pressure on Bruce.
Yep.
Kyle's going to run a bit wide there.
I got Carlos Guzman making a move on Daha, or trying to, in that Aston on the inside at the hairpin. Takes a lot of curb there, Carlos, but he does get in front of Daha, and Carlos Guzman moves up to P16, at least for now.
Yeah, we've seen a few touches involving Daher. I wonder if the Ferrari is losing any top end. Although, I mean, he's glued to the rear end of Carlos as they get ready to go into Brooklands.
Yeah, it looks like Daher has some damage on the back of his car. I think he got touched earlier.
And here's that Heslin-Hopkins battle that Chris was talking about just a few moments ago. Heslin on the inside at Brooklands, getting the move done on Bruce Hopkins. So Heslin moves up to P24 in the Nissan GTR. Eamon, very slow. I noticed he just dropped down the order, as did Victor.
We got some yellow flags.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe some contact to look into. Leaders starting to spread out right now. Moffat will be the next driver to put Daha under some pressure in the Mustang versus Ferrari.
We seen a pit stop yet?
Not
We've
yet.
seen one pit stop from Mosley.
Yeah.
Who's running last right now, but I believe he's in pretty clear air.
Yeah, it looked pretty quick in quali, so he got caught up in something on lap one. All the action, it was just happening so thick and fast. It was really hard to keep track, as always. In believe it or not, as amazing as this broadcast is, chat, we don't have like a production van outside my house or anything.
Yeah, there's not 15 cameras pointed at the track right now.
Yeah. Maybe season 4. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, you can go to our Patreon. No, I'm kidding.
Or better yet, you could go to Joey's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
David Funk having a look at Chris Moses. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Lambo's got it here today.
Yeah, well, David Funk's like doing that 4-wheel slide ain't gonna help. But where he had that Lambo kind of qualified, definitely felt a little bit out of place. I mean, he wasn't really far off of Carl Bigg's quali pace, but I'm just kind of curious if tire degradation or just the lack of straight line speed from the Lamborghini's kind of putting him at risk in his race setup.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, so if he's dropped down a few spots, so yeah, P9 at the moment.
Well, that's a Joker lap if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
Battaglia
just had a big off.
Big off indeed.
Basically all of Beckett's and Chapel.
Or Paremba and Battaglia door banging, and they're going to take each other out live on cam.
Yeah.
That one is going to be looked at after the race.
That coming.
Yeah. Barrett will totally capitalize on this as he continues to race with Battaglia. Barrett going to get through.
Did Paremba get back on track? Yeah, it looks like he's back on track.
I think his car stalled out when it slid. So he had to fire it back up.
Yeah, it's been brewing. It's been brewing.
Yeah, they've been getting acquainted with each other for a while now. I mean, what is it? Now it's Barrett and Battaglia.
It is, yeah.
Barrett, Battaglia, and Beveridge.
Yeah, Dylan Beveridge has also got in the mix here. So it was Battaglia's off track, I think, that led to that, right? And then the rejoin, and then they were side by side, and and it all went horribly wrong. Harris in P26 right now, trying to put some pressure on Bruce Hopkins in the McLaren. Looks like the McLarens are struggling here. You hate to see that. McLaren used to be king at Silverstone, I believe, on ACC for a long while. But not anymore.
I thought it still was pretty good. It might have got BOP'd pretty good here.
I don't think.
it was a pretty dominant. It was a pretty dominant metacar in like the post 1.9 landscape, like a 193 and on. So I wouldn't be shocked if the LFM BOP kind of like brought it back down to the rest. Of course, I haven't been paying attention to ACC bounce performance in any of like the late 1.9, 1.10 patches, but it definitely seems like the McLaren's struggling here for some straight line pace.
Yeah, Paremba trying to reel in Louis Castro as he is going to continue to recover, but he's quite a few spots down from where he was. So, yeah, unfortunate that spin. And as always, all context will be reviewed in our penalty review process during the week. And any naughty boy points will be distributed appropriately.
It's going to be we're up to 17 registered contacts already.
Oh, blimey.
And we're only not even halfway through the race.
I'm busy that night.
We've done 10 laps.
Yeah.
Mike Jackson.
17 in 10 laps.
Mike Jackson has caught Zach Heish now, so he got around Carl Beard. Carl stayed with him though within a second. Mike 4/10. It was down to 3 a few moments ago, but Jackson, within 4/10 of Heish in that Honda. So this would be the first non-Honda putting pressure on the top three today so far, and it is Mike Jackson in that Mustang. You love to see it.
Ford on the podium? Question.
Please don't die, Mike. Please don't die.
I believe.
Can you guys stop talking about him?
He's a seasoned veteran. He'll be fine.
He's a seasoned veteran of dying in every race.
Funky Town Lamborghini's making moves.
To Chris's point,
yes,
I feel like Mike Jackson is a really, really amazing guy. Really fun to know. I do not know how many mirrors he has broken in his life or how many ladders he stepped underneath.
Yeah.
But man,
he's got like 15 black cats in his house, and they all just walk in front of him constantly.
Last season was crazy. It was crazy. I switched over to Ryan Cody here. He's making a move on Solani. This is GTR versus BMW, and I really enjoy Ryan's livery, so I'm always happy to switch to him. He's running the Sega livery. It's really cool.
Yeah, his Streets of Rage.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. I like retro games. Patrick Amon down in P31 in the Ferrari, looking to put pressure on Harshbarger, who finds himself in 30 now after something happened to him that dropped him down the field.
I mean, Harshbarger has been struggling a bit on here at Silverstone. I've definitely seen him go wide in a few of the high-speed corners. I don't know if it's just like a handling challenge with the Ford, but definitely seen like that car is a bit loose for Harshbarger.
Everybody's saying that the Mustang drives like a dump truck after about 15 minutes here.
Yeah.
So he might be having some tire issues.
Man, once
understeer going on.
I switched over to Funk because we were worried about his straight line speed, and it was evident again there because he almost was alongside Moses. Funk actually opting to pit in right now rather than stay in that fight, but he was almost alongside Moses. But on the straight, the Aston was just able to pull away into the corner and get there first. So Funk pitting in and chooses to do an early stop.
Man, and that pit entry was spot on, like at the line. If he can get it right in the box on the jacks, I'm really kind of interested to see if he's going to make up some significant time.
Yeah, that would be nice. Here's Mike Jackson. That gap is a tenth or two right now, but the Honda just seems to cling to the grip on its way through. Was that Stowe? That was Stowe, right?
Yeah, Stowe. Yeah, getting ready to go down into the Vale chicane. So if he's got grip in the high speed stuff, does the Ford have punch out of the low speed stuff? We're going to find out here in a sec.
And I know, and that Ford is also under pressure from Carl Bigg's Audi. He is also right on the heels. So a very, very close battle between these three. And yeah, it just seems like the Honda might have the edge in Sector 2. And Mike runs deep. Manages to get back online, though. That Audi's going to put him under pressure down the next straight. Yes, it is. This is going to be a drag race now between the Audi and the Ford. And he lives to breathe for another lap or two. Will Carl make the move on the inside in the Audi?
I mean, I think he has to. Like at Brooklands, it's just so wide. You could put a squeeze on somebody, compromise it.
Nicely, nicely done.
And he does exactly the opposite of what I said, and just takes the apex early, but basically straightens the corner out as much as he possibly can, generates as much speed as possible. Mike Jackson into the pits.
Yeah, Mike choosing to, you know what? I've had enough of that, and he's going to pit in as well. So. Yeah, it's all happening. Paremba continues his recovery from that spin. 3/10 behind Louis Castro. Lots of drivers pitting in, yeah.
I mean, we're at that magical moment, but I'm kind of curious to see if anybody is going to really push the overcut here at Silverstone.
Yeah, Farris isn't here.
Depends on how well you've managed your tires, because like these guys have been absolutely full send trying to dive each other for half an hour.
Yep.
I imagine their tires are struggling, but you know, if you just kind of been chilling, running your race or something like that, the overcut might work. You know, save your tires. Maybe you have the option to not take tires at all and gain that 5 seconds.
Looks like with pit stops, we might see Mike Jackson cycle out here in P15. No, P16. Okay, the timing board is updating.
It is, yeah.
Just Kunos things.
Yeah.
I think
we got a move for P7.
Galbinski.
Kabinski
on
shoves
Moses
it in there.
Yeah, Moses, who's looked strong so far as well, but yeah, Gabinski is.
Oh no, Joey.
We got a death.
Oh, Joey.
Joey is off.
Joey's car is very, very sad right now.
Yeah, I just got him rejoining there. You see that Honda number 239 rejoining, looking pretty beat up.
Yeah, that front end
pretty
is pretty broken at this point.
Brem's
Paremba sideways in the road.
Oh no. Yep,
What
Paremba.
happened there?
Paremba, who was chasing down Luis Castro. So Paremba not having a great time at Silverstone either. And we're still at 35 drivers. Did we start with 35 or 36? I forget.
I thought you said 36 at the start.
God, so we may have
rear
lost.
end on the AMG. I don't know what your take is, Chris. It looks super loose.
I mean, it's supposed to be a good car here. I know he was asking about doing a car change.
He was, yeah.
But I guess didn't get that done. Oh, that was a bit.
Lots of drivers
send.
into the pits. Harsh Barger now in the Mustang coming in as well. So pit stops coming thick and fast. Radar still leading the race by 4.4 seconds from Nicholas Alvarado. And then Zach Heath Robertson up to 4th with Bruno Castaldini 5th right now. So 2 silver badges flying pretty high today as well.
Joseph German with a stop go 30.
Oh, speeding in the pits then.
That's unfortunate. German was having a pretty decent race so far.
Yep. Yeah, stop go 30 for German. So that is unfortunate.
And that's pretty killer around here because it's already a long. It's not the longest pit, but it is a long pit, and then the stop go 30 is just going to be. I mean, that's going to throw him probably to the back.
Yeah, so I got Marcus Battaglia in the BMW. He's chasing down Dylan. Both drivers have pit. Battaglia's been in some in and out of action and incident already this race, so we'll keep an eye on this one. The gap is 4 tenths as everyone cycles through their pit stops. Rados, the leader, is in right there. You see him in his Cheetos Honda, number 82. There are several of them.
Oh man, looks like Carl Big had gave up some time in the pit stop. I'm looking at like maybe a 1.3 second delta between Mike Jackson and Carl Big's pit stop times, and Mike Jackson is back out in front of Carl Big.
He is,
Carl
yeah.
was stopped for 3 seconds longer.
That is wild.
Maybe the lift, because the lift is deceptively long if you don't get it straight up. It's like
he
2 seconds.
might have got dropped or something.
Got Miller going into the pits. I just saw him move on my race control, and that is because Dave Miller pulling into the pits in his Rocket League BMW. And yeah, pit stops continue. Mike Jackson and Carl Big. Let's rejoin them in 8th and 9th because Carl is putting Mike straight under pressure, and they've got Zach Heath right there as well. So this group of 3.
Oh, Mike's got the run. Carl's going to try to follow him through.
Yes, he will. And they're going into that fast right-hander at Stowe, and the inside is perfect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of grip there.
Plus, they can push the line out wide once they clear the car, and then into the Vale chicane.
And Zach did not fight it much at all. So he's dropped a couple of spots. So net P3 and 4 for Mike and Carl. So a podium fight is on between those two, which is awesome. Alvarado.
So Nick is pit in. I'm keeping an eye on Rados to see where he is at whenever Nick starts moving.
You're watching Rados, are you?
I'm keeping an eye on Nick's car to see when he starts moving.
Okay,
Like he
so
just
I'm
got
gonna...
dropped and he's rolling now.
All right, I've got both on screen. So you see Rados on your left and Alvarado, who was P2. And
It's going to be close. I think it's
Such
going
a
to be close.
Pit stall or
Pit lane.
Yeah.
it really
Oh
is.
yeah,
isn't
he's
it?
got him.
He's
He's
got
got
Rados
him.
gonna clear him by a good margin.
Yep.
Yeah, Rados does continue and is back into the lead.
Interestingly enough, looks like Alvarado did have a decent pit stop in comparison to Rados. Or, yeah, Alvarado had a decent pit stop in comparison to Rados.
I mean, yeah, race control shows them basically exactly the same. A minute in the pits and 33-second stop.
Heslin and Bruce, this is a deja vu situation. Same corner as well, I think. A little tiny bit of contact there, I think. But Heslin getting past Bruce there once again. I'm pretty sure it's the second time we've seen that that pair go side by side down there.
Very
Moses on Galbinski once again for the second time.
Yeah, we saw that move earlier.
Yeah, Galbinski again in really putting that Ferrari to work today.
Yeah, very aggressive, making a lot of moves. Multi-tap guys showing up. I mean, we got Bruno still sitting P2 behind Mark Robeson.
Joseph German is in to serve the stop-go 30.
Yep. I guess he had to within 3 laps. Paremba making a move on Mosley. AMG.
Looks like German might cycle out in front of Victor.
Yeah, in front of Victor.
So Mike Jackson, since moving into third after that pit stop, has opened up a 1 second gap behind him to Carl. Carl having to fend off Heish in that Honda, which we know is strong here.
Yeah. And, I mean, Mark Robeson only a second behind these two.
We got some more penalties. We've got, is it Harris?
Harris, yeah.
Harris has picked up
with the drive-through?
Yeah, for track limits, I'm assuming.
And then Dave Miller with stop-go 30.
Oh.
See that right?
Oh, yeah. Probably for a pit lane infraction.
Unfortunate.
Probably hit the boost going into the pits.
Daha, the other Ferrari, same livery, multi-tap racing as Galbinski, not having quite such a good race as his teammate, but putting pressure on Moffat in the Mustang for P15.
Crazy Rabbit's own up in P15. And what is that? That is that would be 4th in silver.
Yep, P4 in silver. So Moffat putting in some work so far today.
He's behind Carlos Guzman, who I believe is also a Crazy Rabbits driver.
He is
changed
indeed.
From the Lexus to the Aston.
Had enough of the Lexus, did he?
Well, so he said that he needed practice in the Lexus for a Bathurst race that he was going to do. I don't know if it's like an endurance race or something like that.
It's the same one Carl and I are doing next weekend, yeah.
There you go. So he drove it for week 1 with us and then decided to change back to his Aston.
We mentioned the 2 McLarens. The only 2 McLarens we have on the grid is Anderson and Hopkins. They are together, separated by half a second right now on track. So 2 silver badges, both in the same car, similar pace. Should be a fun battle for them in the second half of this race, I should say.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Bertaglia and Barrett are going to catch Beveridge for P11. I know Bertaglia was a little bit closer to Beveridge after the pit exit, but Barrett has closed in, so I think Bertaglia is having to defend some now.
Yeah, Barrett loves to get amongst it, so interesting to see.
The field is starting to compress again behind Mike Jackson, who's 9.6 seconds back from Nick Alvarado, but Carl Big is now getting it to within a half second. And Zeish is not out of the picture. He's 0.6 back.
Yeah, indeed. And that gap has been just swinging back and forth between Carl and Mike, and then Carl and Heish. And
Carl deep on the brakes.
Oh, and almost lost it there as well.
Yeah, I think the back end of the Audi was not happy.
Audi thinks.
Probably couldn't see the brake marker because of that gigantic Ford in front of him.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to set Carl back a little bit. Now, again, he'll have Heish to contend with. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. I don't think
He's just kind of ping-ponging back and forth. Like, he catches up to Mike, and you expect him and Mike to fight and slow each other down, which will bring Zach back into it. And then there's a little wobble like that, and then the whole picture changes, and Mike gets a breather.
Yeah, but then Mike also getting ready to go into Village. I think he
Yeah,
might have had a bit of a lockup.
I got Patrick Amon side by side with Matt Melanson right now in the Aston. The Ferrari looked a lot cleaner through Maggots and Beckett's and is going to go late on the brakes into Stowe and gets the move done.
Yeah, cuts the nose off on the exit.
Yeah.
Good overtake.
Really nice overtake, and we had a really great shot of that building as well. So that was kind of cool. Melanson will look to fight back. Barrett, Battaglia. That battle is now down to less than a tenth.
Barrett trying to stick his nose in around the outside. Gonna try the over/under. Traga's gonna defend that well.
Nice.
Set that car on the apex.
Can't defend much better than that. The GTR gets a little loose on the exit. Took a little bit of sand.
Barrett trying to get the power down as early as possible and just push that a little bit wide.
Some good, fun battles out there, which I guess we thought we would see. That's why we like Silverstone. Nomas, hello. I see you in chat there. Any live news from the number 8 car pit crew?
Pit lane reporter.
Here is number 8, Carl Big. Still trying to keep Mike Jackson honest and have a look at a podium at Silverstone. Home Grand Prix. Home race, I should say, for Carl. Obviously. As well. So I'm sure he'd love to get a podium here. As we see a back-marking Porsche move out the way for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Woo.
No, Bertagli in the 150 with the drive-through.
Oh.
Track limit strikes again.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He was right in the middle of that battle with Barrett and Beveridge.
Yeah, so Battaglia with a drive-through, and that's going to set him back next Saturday, no mess.
We've also got a stopped car at the Vale Chicane, the 139.
That
Carlos.
is Joey. Or,
No, Carlos.
Oh, that is Carlos.
So Carlos Guzman falling down the order now.
Yeah, looks like he's continuing.
Oh,
yeah.
he's gonna drive into the grass on a straight. He's picked up a looks like an Amazon board.
Maybe he's dealing with some sort of technical issue.
Is Carlos okay?
Can we get a wellness check on Carlos?
Meanwhile, Jose Guzman, other Guzman, giving a flash to Ryan Cody and having a look. Ryan parking that GTR right on the apex because Ryan is with Mosley and Paremba. Jose.
Well, that's Joey in front of him, racing with Dave Miller.
That's
for position as well. Joey's gonna look up the inside here.
That's further back down the field. Yeah, so this is an interesting group. It's 2 different areas.
Yeah.
Dave Miller goes super wide, allows Ryan and Jose through.
Is Joey gonna yield for the blue flag here, or is he gonna take the inside and race Ryan?
Oh, that Honda just clung there. Man, that looked fun. Appreciate the follow, PF Gamer Noob. Welcome.
I feel like this is some admin abuse here.
A little bit of admin abuse. Jose given a flash as well. Jose wants to get through this group, but it is what it is.
Jose's gonna have to get past Ryan because they are for overall position on track. Yeah, so
Indeed,
Ryan's
they
gonna
are.
get by Joey, and now it's Honda on Honda.
Oh no! And Joey kills Ryan
Joey.
live on cam. That one. Joey late on the brakes.
Joseph.
Into the back of Ryan Cody.
Somebody clip that so we can send that to the Academy guys.
Yeah. Melanson on who's that? Carlos. So whatever was happening with Carlos, he's dropped down to P25 now. He's got Matt Melanson behind him. Man, a lot of stuff's happened today. Paremba and Castro, that battle is reignited. Last time they were together on track, Paremba, something happened. I think he lost it somehow.
An overtake attempt that went wrong. It'll be looked at.
Mm-hmm.
There was a contact.
Gotcha.
Yeah, after that incident, Ryan falls back into the clutches of Andrew Anderson. I'm sorry.
That's right.
We've all done it.
I
can't read.
We definitely have all done it.
Why did I think his name was Anthony?
I'm thinking of box 3, Anthony Anderson.
Okay, there we go.
Ando.
Yeah, Ando. All right. Too many Andersons.
We'll call Andrew Anderson and. How about that? No,
there we go.
That's dumb. That's a dumb name. I'm sorry, Andrew.
So we have Anthony and Anderson.
Oh God, now I'm confused.
No, yeah, let's not do that.
So let's talk position gains, position loss, winners and losers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big winners: Luis Castro and Bruce Hopkins, both up 9 spots.
Nice.
Joseph German, however, that stop go cost him 16 spots.
Ouch.
Matt Paremba is going to make an attempt on Luis. A little side by side.
Luis fighting back, as you'd expect. Luis loves a good race.
Bit of defense. Oh, but look at the Merc just accelerate out of the corner.
He's going to have a look on the inside.
Oh, Luis is going to leave him room.
Yeah.
A good bit of driving there.
Side by side again. AMG just has the nose for it.
Yeah, I think in this section of the track, the Aston having that turbo lag just absolutely kills it.
Mm-hmm.
And that just watch Matt just drive away here.
I've gone back up to Heesh, because Heesh in P5 now. Carl Big directly in front of him. Mike is in P3 as he worked his way in there just after the pit stop, as we saw. Carl was putting pressure on him. It had a bit of a deep corner. It's allowed Heesh to fight him, and Mike trying to use that to run away. But Honda versus Audi for 4th place at the moment.
Forward on the podium question.
Yeah, I mean, if I just don't want the Honda lockout, because you'll never hear the end of it from Rados.
Yeah, this is true.
You're already never going to hear the end of it because he beat Nick Alvarado, or if nothing happens.
It's Patrick Amon again. It's the second time we've gone to him, as he's made a couple of moves. The last one was on Melanson, I believe. He's putting that Ferrari to work in P24, having a look at Anderson.
Yep, down 3 spots on the day, but keeping it close to Anderson.
Yep, indeed. Bruce Hopkins, as you said, he's up quite a few spots, you said, right, Bruce?
Yep, he's up 9.
Yeah, and looking to make it 10 as he puts pressure on Haslin. Now, Haslin's passed him twice in the GTR. Maybe Bruce just starting to get a bit more comfortable around Silverstone in the Macca.
I think Bruce is just very much a heads down, do the business kind of guy, and it shows because his results are usually very consistent.
Indeed.
The straight line speed between the McLaren and the Ferrari is pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Amon just drove down Anderson from a good bit back.
Oh, there's going to be contact here. I switched over to German and Harshbarger, and German was maybe a little optimistic on that move on the inside. There's contact.
Well, that's what late race penalties will do.
Ooh, Carl's on 3 track cuts.
Oh, so the number 8 car, Carl, on 3 warnings. One more, and he's got a drive through, and he's trying to fend off Zach Heesh.
See Nick. I've been racing with this group for over a year now, and I've never seen Nick finish a race. He's really improving that consistency. Brutal.
Nick Mosley having a look at Jose Guzman here. Jose Guzman went past Nick Mosley, so other way around. Honda getting past that Ferrari and not looking back. Jose trying to claw back something.
They're having an early look at Beveridge here. showed him the nose and let him know that he's there.
Bullet, thank you for the sub. 12 months. That's a 1-year subscription for Bullet R34.
Happy birthday, Bullet.
There you go. Faris needs every penny.
That's right.
For his gold Lambo. German, I wouldn't say that. I was an optimistic overtake attempt.
Well, the inside curb bounce on the in snow also didn't help. Like, you're probably a passenger after that. It was optimistic for sure, but once you hit that curb, it was pretty much done.
It was a little...
the deep braking on Anderson gets the move done.
Yep. Eamon getting it done. Yeah, we'll have a look at in the old penalty review and take a peek. But Joby on Solani, Joby's had a fairly quiet race, but as I say, total arrive and drive for Joby today.
Doing quite well in that seizure-inducing Aston.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite thankful that most of the broadcast cams, it's too far away to really set
here we
that
go.
off.
Barrett's going to try to stick his nose in here, going into turn 1 on Beverage.
Into cops, you never pass there. You never see a car.
Side by side. I mean, I feel like Beverage gave him quite a bit of room.
Jose Guzman may have had an incident. I saw a yellow flag and Jose lost a couple of spots again. So all the work he's done out the window.
The Honda man. Go driving the Honda.
Yeah, German, totally. Heesh. Half a second back from Carl.
Do you guys think on 3 track cuts, like, Heesh has definitely got the advantage here. He can start to press Carl, especially put him in positions where he needs to play it more conservative.
Well, unless somebody's told he wouldn't know that unless he's listening to broadcasts, which, you know,
maybe he is. But the thing is, though, is he looking at Big's lines? Is he starting to wonder?
Yeah, potentially. Mike Jackson, look here, currently sitting P3. Welp wanted to see a Ford on the podium. We're 9 minutes away. So,
I believe.
There you go.
I believe my fingers and toes are crossed.
Cameraman. So yeah, Barrett got through. Beveridge will tuck in behind, and Moffat 6 seconds back from them with Daher. Gabriel Daher is behind Moff, just under a second. So that might
20 to 23 is starting to heat up here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Hazelin just got a bunch of grass there. And
Hazelin up 7 spots.
Eamon has been on the charge and is looking to get all 3 of these guys in the next 9 minutes.
Oh, he's going to make contact on the GTR. That's Ryan, second time being shunted in the rear at that corner, I believe.
Yeah, and Ryan's possibly going to lose out another one here.
And he's got to be careful getting back on the track right there. It's very bumpy.
Indeed, Anderson, have a look on the inside in the McLaren. And
I believe that is where Lukey's in his Porsche, where the soul left the body.
I need to do a little test here. Hey Ryan, because Ryan listens to the broadcast. Flash your lights if your car feels like garbage to drive because your diffuser's broken.
I cannot see the front of his car.
You can't. Yeah.
I'm watching the front of his car. Oh, Carlos Guzman with the drive-through.
Yeah, track limits.
Hey, so Ryan hasn't flashed his light, so his car must be fine.
Gotcha.
I mean, it is Godzilla. So.
Victor Lacey, another arrive and drive, putting some pressure on Harshbarger. It's down in P30. Elsewhere in the field, we've got a lot of gaps, but yeah, around about P21 down.
Oh,
it's
Bruce,
pretty close. Bruce
is side by side with Kyle Heslin.
Looking for the payback.
The inside line, way deep on braking. It's going to cut directly back on the inside. Oh
and they come together. Yeah, we'll have a look at that one as well. That was...
Eamon narrowly avoided broadsiding.
Yeah, and then Cody gets the move back on Anderson whilst that happens. So there's a little... Man, lots of door-to-door racing today.
I think that might be Anderson letting Kyle have the position back.
Yeah.
Which we appreciate, but you're still going to get a penalty if it was your fault.
Yeah, this is true.
Like, I love the sportsmanship, and it warms my heart every time somebody does that, but we're still going to throw the book at you.
So Bruce up 10 spots now, I believe, if my math is correct. But has Eamon right on his tail. Bruce
you
goes
just jinxed
wide.
him.
I totally sniped Bruce.
You killed him.
I totally sniped Bruce, and Bruce goes off and spins. Eamon goes through, and Eamon's charge continues.
Just a menace. This
can't
guy's just
believe-
a menace.
I can't believe you'd do this, Milo.
Last week it was Mike. This week it's Bruce. I apologize, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Killing the nice guys is what it is.
I know.
Two of the nicest people I've ever met. Murdered.
Daher was about to make a move on Moffat there. It's pretty close between them. Ferrari on Mustang action. And one of his teammates in the Porsche moving out the way.
I believe that's Arlen Santos in the Porsche.
Yeah. And the Mustang looked really good through that fast right-hander. But this is where...
Touch of grass kind of...
Got a yellow flag at Stowe. Car 94. Anderson.
Yeah, we've seen Gabriel make a couple moves already this race. You know, he's not shy about sticking his nose in there.
Victor Lacey having a look at Harshbarger again. This battle's been going on for a few laps as well. And they have...
That is race leader Andrew Rados.
That is race.
Through.
Yeah, that is. I'm like, who is that? That's Rados. Yeah, Rados.
And Rados got to be evasive there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give Alvarado even a sniff, and he's got 4.5 second lead, so doing quite well. Daher and Moffat still ongoing battle. 4.5 minutes to go.
No, Harshbarger let Rados by, but then didn't slow down enough on the inside line and overshoots the corner and lets Victor by.
So Victor does get through. Runs up, yeah. Victor is through and up to P28. That's Mike Jackson taking a lot of grass from Mike Jackson as I switch back to him. He's going to run really deep on that exit too, but he holds it.
Big just had a moment.
Yeah.
Coming out of Abbey.
I think he may have followed Mike. So Mike's line looked off as well. So I wonder if Big followed him. A lot of grass being chewed up by all three of them.
I'm really kind of curious about Big's setup because that Audi looks like it is floating. Like it is just drifting corner after corner. Alvarado is off track at Brooklands.
Mike under a little pressure, but Carl Big's going to run deep in the Audi. It's going to allow Heish to have a look. As they come through the last corner, things stay as they are, but there's definitely the threat of something there. Mike is opened up the gap again. The Audi definitely looks tough.
Like that gap between Alvarado and Jackson just dropped to 2.6 seconds. Alvarado off at Brooklands. Took a while to get back on track, and now P3 is caught up.
Solani.
Got other yellow flags.
Yeah, Solani in the BMW from Multitap Racing. Rejoining. Thank you for the follow. Toro Motorsports, welcome in. Good to have you. And you join us with about just under 3 minutes to go of round 2 of season 3's GT3 Sprint Series for 2024 with New World Sim Racing. It's been a lot of racing today. This battle has probably been the best one to watch. These three have been going at it for most of the race. Race leader Andrew Rados with a 17.9 second lead. So Rados just crushing it out there in his Cheetos Honda.
with Alvarado going off on the previous lap. Rados has got kind of no pressure.
Car is backwards in the grass.
Yeah, Mosley, something went wrong in Maggots and Beckett's. Looks like he may have lost the car there in Maggots and Beckett's, so a few people have got past him. Mosley had a strong quali, just hasn't gone right for him in the race itself. Final lap for race leader Rados. So Gabriel Daha still trying to work a way past Moffat in that Mustang. Obviously, the Mustang got the straight line speed. The Ferrari's probably quicker in a few places this corner, and perhaps the next one being one of them, but tough to get past the Mustangs today, it seems.
Yeah, Carl Biggs struggling to get around the Mustang of Mike Jackson. 3/10 as they go into Cops for the last time.
Also, thank you for the follow, Leandro JB2. Appreciate it. Welcome in.
And so many close fights here. Too much to watch.
Yeah, Carl, I'm staying with Carl and Mike Jackson right now. Carl putting pressure on Mike. And has to. He can only watch on from about a second back now. So Carl really pushing for that podium spot to ruin Welp's day. Because Welp wants a Mustang on there.
I mean, if it was big, I'd also
Of course.
be happy for Carl.
Of course.
I'd be happy for Carl. I'd be happy for Mike.
Oh, Carl just got loose on the exit, and Mike got loose on the exit as well.
Yeah, it's just it seemed like the Mustang became compliant much quicker.
Yeah, the back end of Carl's car bounced over that curb.
And it looks like you're...
Did we lose you there, Well?
Uh-oh.
I probably just lagged.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the game just did something funky, so it was probably a network thing on my end.
Gotcha.
Good old internet.
Heesh.
Yep.
Heesh has got closer to Carl than Carl is to Jackson now. So as it stands, Rados wins the race. Andrew Rados with a dominant drive at Silverstone round 2. Nicholas Alvarado arrives and drives and gets P2. Mike Jackson comes around the last corner and puts that Ford Mustang on the podium as requested. Great drive from Mike Jackson. Carl Big coming in 4th with Zach Heesh 5th.
I don't want to claim to be psychic. I just want everybody to know that I made that happen with my thoughts.
We're not done. We got Parimba, who's looking at, I believe that's Gabriel. In the last couple corners, their
Putting
race
him
is
under
not
pressure.
done yet.
Yeah, Paremba putting Daha under pressure. Daha was all over Moffat, but Paremba charging, trying to make up for a challenging race for him in the AMG. But Daha's going to hold on to it. With all the action between the podium for gold.
Bruce and Matt are side by side.
Yeah.
These guys are still
Yes,
going.
they are. Bruce and Matt side by side indeed. So Mark Robertson won silver, by the way. Castaldini came in P2 with Barrett on the podium in the silver split. But here is Bruce and Melanson. Bruce Hopkins and Matt Melanson fighting away into the last section.
Melanton's gonna be a good exit here. He's gonna hang on to that one.
Yeah, that Aston pulls away from the McLaren. And as far as the red badges go, Moses winning the initiation split with Daha and then Paremba on the podium as well. So
I don't think Moses won the red badges.
no, somebody.
Elbinski did.
Oh, he
But I
dived
think
out. Okay,
Yeah, he left the server already.
gotcha. Okay, that can happen. Apologies. Yeah, it was Galbinski. You're right. So it's Galbinski, Moses, and Daha for the red badges. Robertson, Castaldini, and Barrett for the silver. Great stuff there. And Rados, Alvarado, and Jackson in the gold split.
So a Ford, a Bentley, and a Nissan on the top of silver.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Love it. That was intense.
There was a lot of close action pretty much up and down the order. And I don't know about you guys, that seemed like people were the driving was a little more erratic than Bathurst.
Yeah, more haphazard.
A little.
But it definitely made for a good show for people to watch, for sure.
It did. Yeah, it was really good. We how many incidents do we have to look at, Chris, this week? It was 10 laps in. So I'm just curious.
Goodness.
But based on linear growth, that's not a good sign.
So we start on line 4. The race finishes on line 33.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Matt 29.
that's not bad. That
And then
definitely
there's 10 after the race finished.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to have to stamp that out as well. Okay. Yeah, so as always, we do penalty review midweek for anyone that's wondering. And we hand out some naughty boy points, some warnings, some happy face stickers, stuff like that.
We're gonna review a potential race ban for you there, Milo, for killing your second person.
Listen, I just can't help myself, can I? Apparently.
If it keeps when it starts happening in a sequence like that, it's kind of a serial thing. There's a term for that.
You're saying any more than twice and it's on purpose? Like I don't.
He's got that bloodlust.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's what it is.
Which Call of Duty he wants that UAV or whatever it is.
Okay, yeah.
This was a good race. This was a really good race.
It was.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Next week we're at Donny.
Donington, and rumor has it will be traditional cold weather, overcast, cold, damp England. No damp. Sorry, it won't be damp. Yeah,
Just gonna be.
I take that back.
chilly.
It will not be damp. Nobody panic. Don't message the admins. Don't harass Chris. It will not be damp. It will be cold and overcast. But yeah, Donington, which, man, if today's race anything to go by, that could be spicy because it ain't very wide at Donington.
It is.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
It is not.
and then we're off to Valencia, which I like Valencia. I'm a big fan. It's gonna be spicy hot there.
How many drive-throughs do you think we're going to land at Valencia?
I don't know, but I'm excited about it.
Well, we've got Donny next week, and then we're off for a week at the beginning of August for Road America IMSA.
Yes. Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
then when we come back, we got Valencia, Paul Ricard, Snetterton. Rumor has it's going to be full wet for that race. We got Indianapolis, Imola, and then the Nordschleife to round out the season, which will be awesome. That'll be
you
the
guys
first.
just like drive-through penalties, handing them out.
I guess so. This will be the first Nordschleife race for the New World Sim Racing community as well. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, to round out the season, should be a good one, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go and grab some water, take some more Advil. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me.
This was
Thanks for
awesome.
having us.
All right. And chat, thank you as well. Mike, GG on the podium. I'm going to leave you guys with the intro vid, and we'll see you next week. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
we
We
are
are
free.
free.
Sharing
our
passion. Pushing
We
the
are
limits.
pushing the limits.
This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From the twists and turns of mighty Mount Panorama to the cold green pastures of Donington Park. From the sizzling heat of Valencia to the famous Brickyard at Indianapolis. Reaching an unforgettable climax at the notorious green hell of the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's time for Season 3 of the 2024 New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Join us live on Twitch Sundays at 8 PM Eastern. Drivers, start your engines.